Hey guys, this is your Jumbo. Welcome to the channel. On Friday, 14th August 2026, I was invited by author Mary Kathomi to her book launch, and it was at the United Kenya Club. Mary Kathomi is a food sovereignty champion. She is a farmer, and most importantly, she is an activist fighting for a better Kenya for each and every one of us. Mary Kathomi memorialized the June 2024 Gen Z uprising in this book that she was launching, and I happened to be featuring in the book. Yours truly, your Jomba Mobili Mwagodi. I am inside the book. So I was invited as a special guest to join her to help her in launching and publicizing this book. Please take your time to watch the interview between Mary Kathomi and Will Broder, but her name is Jackie, and Melvin Alusa, who are her old friends at the United Kenya Club. If you want a copy of the book, I am going to put a link in the description. The book is available on Nuria Store, Nuria Store. You can order it online and it will be delivered to you wherever you are in the Republic of Kenya. Watch and enjoy. For the next few weeks, I am going to be releasing episodes of this event, documenting the launch of the Gen Z Memorial by Mary Kathomi.
You are documenting history while it was still unfolding, Mary. What's the difference between writing about a movement and writing about a movement you lived through?
The difference...
Asante, babe.
Writing about a movement and writing about a movement
that you were part of, that you lived through.
The emotions. The emotions from 2023. Oh my goodness. And I felt if we let these emotions go, tutakuwa tukizitafuta. So this was a very emotional process. Sijai andamana. I'd never gone to the streets. But I had this strong conviction. Mary, you must do something. Maybe just like Mwabili, you must do something. So there's an emotional process, you know, and the fear. There's a week I didn't leave home. There's I'm sure you have those friends who call you. Sasa Mary, ni wazemu, unasumbukanga na nini na kusumbuaka Mary? Sisi utulie, tusuko na watoto. You know, and then the other friends who call you, Mary, keep going. You're helping the country. Mary, push. So there are all these emotions. And then going to the streets. And you know, we believe the Constitution, the flag. Unajua vile flag iko sentimental. I'm a Kenyan. Na kuambia unarushiwa tear gas na hiyo bendera yako. Hey, una realize, kumbe this flag was not as important as I thought. So I think the emotions, it was a whole emotional process. And going to the street, staring at death. So I feel this journey of this book, the Kenyan Gen Z demonstration, it is a very personal journey. I'm not telling someone's story, I'm telling my story because I lived it and I walked it.
Powerful sana. So taking it forward, what's a moment from those weeks that never made it into the headlines, but made it into your book? Behind the scenes, huko kuna mambo ilifanyika, lakini ya kwa headlines haikufanyika, haikupata, kipaumbele, but you know about it.
Okay, there are two. Let me just speak about one. Kuna siku tumekimbishwa, tulikuwa na kina Abaya and Dr. Onyango. So me, I didn't know tear gas can actually kill you. Inaweza toa hewa kabisa. So tumerushiwa tear gas, tuko Kimathi Street, tunatafuta zile aliza kuingia. Yani it's I don't know how to describe the scene. So mimi nikaingia kale ka Alikanishon Center. Nikakaa kwa wale watu napiganga viatu rangi, the cobras. hey, so unajua mimi niko passionate Kenyan patriot, you know? Naambia, unajua tunafaa tupiganie nchi. Hey, nakwambia hii nchi iko mbaya. Then I'm seated, sino wale watu wa viatu. So tumekaa kwa viti za viatu watu watatu. Mimi nampea Colgate paka hapa kidogo, you know, tear gas isikumalize sana. Uko na maji, shika maji, no, we are sharing. And I was passionately talking to these two people nikiwaambia, aki, sasa kwa nini gava imefanya hivi? Kwa nini sasa wamelegalize GMO aki? Kwa nini sasa watusikizi? Na alinisikiza for 30 minutes. You know, like I'm ranting, si tunangoja usikie kumetulia ndio urudi tena kwa street. And unajua nikifanya hizo vitu zote, home kwangu hakuna mtu anajua vitu nafanya. Toka tu. Tokanga tu. Kuna mtu anajua nimeenda.
Mtoto akiulizwa anasema mami ameenda job.
My son David tells me, "Mom, nilikwambia usiende kwa street. Mom, nilikwambia usiende kwa street." So of course I do business in town, naenda kuona client, but naona client kidogo naingia kwa street. So after chapa in that store with those guys on the seat, wakaamka wakaenda. Mtu wa viatu akaniambia, "Wewe ulikuwa unaongeleshea DCI." Na mimi nimemwambia kila kitu. Hakuna kitu sikuambia. Like what? Kama ni DCI wa pale Central. Kama ni sawa tu, si hata hao ni wa Kenya. So you know those moments of like near death that you faced, they didn't get into the headline, but they're in my book. You know, and the moments of a live bullet imekupita, Mungu akakutoa. This one allow me to talk about that one. I'm a very spiritual person. So tulikuwa tumezindikisha Omtata. Omtata was in the streets that day. So unajua yeye ni ile mandamano motomoto, atuwezangi yake. Yeye ashapita Kenyatta Avenue, tear gas zimerushwa. Me I can't even handle one. So nimerudi nyuma, jamii pale nyuma. And you know, we are running towards Kimathi Street, the building that is next to Kosewe. The building that had, I think, a bank there. Yeah. And you know me, I had a voice. Like I had a voice here. Mary, go home. I had a voice here. Mary, go home. Take a bike, go home. Na kuna kijana alikuwa amenikwamilia, and he's in the book. I have that photo in the book. Amenishika tu mkono. Yani alinikwamilia all through. Aniwachi. So like nikiturn namshika mkono. Tukajificha. Unajua buildings zimefungwa. So tukaingia kwa mlango ya building hivi. But wamefunga milango. And then I'm a big person. So I just stand out. You know, siwezi jifinyilia mahali I'm tall. And I'm in a red t-shirt. Na zile maliamu, zile magari, zile zinakuja. Kuna wale watiagas wanarusha pandienu. Kuna maji ya pink. Kuna wengine pia walikuwa na rubber bullets, wengine live bullets. And a voice tells me here, Mary, go home. You know, like literally it's you, Melvin, telling me, Mary, go home. So I started looking. Nitatoa pikipiki. Tao ipitiki. So there was a boda guy was dropping some mtu kumwambia utanibeba. Kama no mimi sibebi watu. So I held that young man in a hail of bullets. So tukapita kichoro ya Nation Center hapo. Hiyo building tukatokea Moi Avenue. Moi Avenue is a war zone. So I'm listening to the voice. So the voice told me go home. So tukatokea Moi Avenue. I know town really well. Kichoro ingine hata au tutoke Tomboya. And I'm holding the boy. And when we tulitokea stage ya Koja, there's a police. They're coming towards us. Na tumesimama hivi. So naona tu mtu abudu anambia utatufikisha at parked my car at Parklands Sports Club. So utatufikisha Parklands. Then he tells me, unajua they charged anything. Thao. So I popped in and the young man behind me. Then, you know, there's that car road there, Koja. Unaweza tokea ta Kirinyaga road. Uko chini. So, mtu wa boda akaniambia, Mary, tukienda huko tunakufa. You know, that it was a war zone. There's no way of getting out of town. So, hii bypass, hii barabara ya juu hapo Koja, akaniambia tutapita katikati ya polisi. Tutapita katikati ya polisi, tuko wawili kwa boda hivi. And then he drove, like, I actually wanted to jump out of the border. Then he told me, madam, Suni trust. So you know now the police are coming, the Gen Z are coming, and we are riding through them. We managed, tukatokea Ngara. In 2 minutes, we were in Parklands. I paid him, then I told him, kijana nipeleke kijana, anaishi Kariobangi, ile stage ya Pangani Girls. And you know that day, it's literally God who told me, get out of town. Literally, God told me, get out of town. And I had there like 3 times, get out of town. And that very day, a lot of people were shot at. And legs, hands, you know, there were so many injuries that day. So those are 2 things that I went through that are not in the limelight, but they are in the book.
Wow. Well, all right. A lot has been said about Gen Z during the protests. Memes, headlines, hot takes. What did you learn about this generation that the commentary got wrong?
I think as a country, we will have the Gen Z to thank for the rest of our lives. We will have the Gen Z to say thank you. Without a leader, without mobilization, without political leadership, the Gen Z managed to call a government to order. As much as they chest thumped that he built that petition, as much as we lost so many lives and we call them our martyrs, the Gen Z will go in history as the generation that said no to tyranny. You know, and people say the Gen Z didn't succeed, Jackie. The Gen Z were 100% successful. The seed that they sowed, haijamea bado. Walipanda mbegu, inamwagiliwa maji, inawekwa dhumu, but we have the Gen Z to thank for where we are. Because right now, we are calling out evil for what it is. Yeah. So thank you, Gen Z.
I agree. I think even just looking at the current political landscape, you know, and what's happening, you know, with the, I'll just call it as this, look at Linda Mwananchi. I don't think that kind of bravery and even just the mindset around it may have been possible without having that Gen Z. So even the Gen Z protest, Sifuna, let's name names here. Look at the movement, how it's happening and how it's going. You know, I feel the seed is beginning to sprout and move forward. So it
was not in vain. And I think also another thing is there's a philosopher that once said that when there's been an uprising like what we had during the Gen Z, then the country goes suddenly quiet like we are. Then as a leader, you should be very fearful of that quiet moment that we have right now, because still waters actually run deep. A lot of these politicians are not even able to go to their home grounds, you know, even just to talk to the people, because it's very hostile. The people do not want them there. You know, We have seen people actually chase them away, you know, telling them go. I don't think we had that before the Gen Z, you know, protests and everything. So they have taught us so much, even for us millennials who are afraid to actually, you know, to speak up. Now we are, you know. So then the seed that the Gen Z planted has not gone in vain. And I think in the next general elections, we shall see the fruits of it.
Absolutely. So Mary, what surprised you the most about how young Kenyans organized, communicated, and even led, you know, things older generations of activism didn't do in the same way? What surprised you the most?
The synchronity. The young people were so synchronized. We didn't have a leader. The Gen Z were we are tribeless, we are partyless. What was the other one? Leaderless. But the synchronity, you know, in how information was flowing, how people were mobilizing. So one person would wake up with a tweet, kesho tunavaa black, and the entire country would be wearing black. And hakuna mtu alisema ule ndio leader. You know, we had one resolve, and it was like a fire, you know. It gets here, it goes to you. So that one is, and you've seen Kenyans are like that in many things. Kenyans are actually like that. Kenyans are known to win every online war. And not just that. Look at Baba Albert Ojwang when he wanted to raise money for him. When Kenyans are people that when they are one, they are one. So for me, I think there's something unique about Kenyans. I don't know what it is yet. There's something about Kenyans that is not in other countries. That Kenyans, when they decide they want to do something, nothing is going to stop them. So there's beauty in that, and I know we are yet to reap the fruits thereof.
I mean, like, something unique about Kenya. Kenya has elections and the whole of Africa knows. Did you know Zambia held the elections yesterday?
I had no idea.
Zambia, Lusaka.
Walikuwa na elections jana.
Walivote jana.
So rais, unajua rais wa Zambia? Okay. Tuko wapi? Writing about an ongoing political moment carries risks of being wrong, of being unfair, of being used. How did you hold yourself accountable to the truth while it was still moving?
I have a good team. I have a very good editor who would call me to book. Tell me, Mary, we have to verify this information. There was a lot of research involved. And it was not just my I do my research, but it was going through so many other places. And I think I have a very good editor, Jackie, and he would tell me, no, you cannot say this if you're not sure. No, I'm sure. No, show me how sure you are. So we did a lot of proofreading and verifying information, and we just told facts. We just told facts as they are. And when we say facts, we mean what was the mood of the people? What are the people feeling? What are the people saying? Because basically, it's a book about Kenyans. As much as you're calling it a Gen Z book, it's a constituency in the Kenyan demography. So we are sort of echoing the voice of the people. And I would say that we did a lot of research online, newspapers. We went to parliament, we downloaded documents, we checked what were the conversations in parliament, and all of it is public information. It's all public information. So we sort of just took all that information and sort of documented it in a book. But basically everything in this book, it's accessible in the public. Yeah.
Hapo kwa number 6 mtu wangu usipote. Number 6. Lazima consider miaka za huyu mzee. Endelea baba, usiogope.
You know the constituency called Gen Z. That's where I belong.
Same here.
Oh, really?
I told you, yeah.
Where?
Gen Z is a state of mind, guys, isn't it?
Oh.
Simuliona yule mzee yule brother ya nini Jomo Kenyatta akiwa kwa streets.
So Gen Z ni aura.
Ni aura. Aura for aura.
Mary, whose voice did you feel the most? Whose voice did you feel the most responsibility to get right?
I feel the Gen Zs have been demonized, especially go to the circles of churches. Our watoto wasikiangi, our watoto sijui nini. And actually the difference between us and the Gen Zs is they have the confidence to say what they want.
Yeah.
Najua sisi tulikuwa masiku za Moi. Respect and fear go hand in hand in my generation. These young people, they respect you, but they don't fear you. So I wanted to tell the story of the Gen Z. They're actually, and when I did a lot of lives on TikTok and X, the Gen Z will just tell you. They just tell you, and they tell you, you take it or leave it, but they will tell you. So I feel I needed to tell the story of the Gen Z. They're being and there's a lot of psyop, a lot of psychological operations happening trying to demonize the Gen Zs. Ati hawa watu ni majimaji, hawa watu wajui kitu wanataka. Ati hawa watu watapiga kura. It's not true. It is not true. It is not true. After the Tukokadi, 2-point-something Gen Zs have registered. And I am telling you, wait and see the election. And actually, when you look at the Olkarau election, for instance, and when people talk about Gen Z, they think they are the rich Uber, Bolt, KFC, Gen Zs, iPhone Gen Zs. No. Gen Zs across the country, in the villages, the border, so long as they fit in the Gen Z, they have a lot of same characteristics. Look at Olkarau. People think it is a DCP candidate that won. No, it is not a DCP candidate that won. It is the people that won. Look at the content creators who are recording any irregularities. Look at the people that were shouting. It's the young people. The young people actually voted wakatokea kwa barabara kuchunga kura. So I feel the Gen Zs, people don't understand these people. People say ati hawa watu ni vigeugeu. Wanaongea watapiga kura. It is not true. So I wanted to speak the voice of the Gen Z because I feel they are being misunderstood or they are being propagandized. They are building propaganda around those young people.
I agree. I agree with you politically, especially about the Gen Z. That's one given taken. However, in the workplace,
Hey, vichwa ngumu.
Gen Z itakuja tu job akisema okay, now this is my experience because I'm an employer.
Yeah.
Mtu anakaa mtu job saa 6:30 alifaingia saa 2. First of all, realize they don't adhere to 8 to 5. Toa Gen Z hapo kabisa.
They can't.
The 8 to 5. Majority, hiyo ni yako sawa. Number 2, they will deliver when they will deliver. The job may be fine, but pia unajua siku hizi kuna assist ya AI, they'll deliver when they'll deliver. Me, I've just had someone, say, Mr. I was supposed to report at 8, but nimekuja hiyo past lunchtime. Na umejamu nazusha, anakuambia, have I delivered? Have I sent what you edit umeipata? Uko na corrections za kufanya Mr. Nasema ni ABCD, anatuma. Anasema uko na any other issue? So me reporting at whatever time we report, what's the issue?
As long as the job is done.
Kama the job is done. They're also redefining it. Haya, ukidili na Gen Z is finished. Ukidili na Gen Z, you have to understand. Kuna Gen Z and it's all human, as how we operate as humans. Kuna watu, there are people who are morning people, na kuna watu who are nocturnal. Yeah. So in the workplace now, people are having to deal with Gen Zs. Kama unajua huyu mwenye una-employ is more of an afternoon person, unameka afternoon shift. Huyu ni morning person, unameka morning, because a morning Gen Z will confidently tell you, I cannot deliver this thing for you in the afternoon. Kama mimi, you have me between 8 and 12. After that, wachana mimi. Don't be toxic.
Nimezone out.
Usikue narcissist. You're toxic.
Kwa sababu utita toxic. You're toxic because ulizaliwa kitambo. Wewe ni mtoxic.
You're archaic.
Okay. So if this book is read 10 years from now, what do you want it to explain to someone who wasn't there?
There's power in the people. I think we need to demystify what is government, and many people don't know what government is. There's the way government was, what we were taught to believe government is, and what government actually is, even in the constitution, or what the government is supposed to be. Those two things are very different. We are the people. We are actually the government. The government is supposed to deliver to us, the people. In our generation, government, the political elite, tumewaweka hapa. But in the Kenyan Gen Z book, we are able to bring the government to the people. So I think Kenyans have to get to a point and understand, even in 10 years, even in 100 years, power belongs to the people. Yeah.
Great. Remember?
Ni number 8.
You're a good helper. What do you think, Mary, the protests actually changed? Yeah. What do you think the protests actually changed? Not politically, but in how young Kenyans see their own power. So what do you think the protests actually changed? Not politically, but in how young Kenyans see their own power.
For the first time, there was a lion that was brought out in each one of us. My experience in the streets, tulikuwa tunapatana na wale watu wazee. Unaona kuna kauga laka mwambia, endeleeni hivyo hivyo. Endelea. Hivyo mnafanya na napita mbio anaenda napanda matatu. So you are actually identifying with what we are doing. We had people in offices who couldn't demonstrate. Wanawarushia maji kutoka juu. And we used to we don't even know where the water used to come from. Tankers zinakuja tao, zinatumwagilia maji ya kutupoesha kidogo. Unajua tia gas imegonga. So I think every Kenyan identified with this work. For the first time, okay, like for me, let me say the Gen Z brought out the real Mary. I'd never experienced the real person. So kuna kakitu walitoa ndani yangu, kuna uoga ilitoka. So I think the Gen Z killed a lot of fear, not just in me, but in many people, that you can actually speak out, you can actually fight for yourself. And I think that's a seed to the future. Yeah.
All right. As we finalize, what's the question about that period you still don't have a full answer to? The one this book couldn't close for you?
Honestly, Jackie, until today, I do not understand how we elect leaders, and when they come to the kuomba kura, they are so genuine. They just come, nitafanya, I will fight for you. And immediately these people get to parliament, total disconnect. I don't know if it's witchcraft, but maybe there's something I don't understand there. There's a total disconnect between the Kenyan people and the Kenyan political elite. Yani, unaweka ile, unaenda tu na vote bill. Umevote tu na unajua umevote na watu watakufa. I don't understand that bit. Unajua you've done something wrong. Your voters didn't take you to parliament to do that. Jackie, that disconnect, I think it needs to be studied as a thesis at the university. There's a serious disconnect between the people and the political elite.
I think I usually say that, you know, the way you go to certain clubs where if you have maybe, when in miliki bunduki, then you have to leave it out there and you pick it when you're leaving the club. I think it's the same thing for parliament, like you leave your brains at the door and you pick them up, because some of these people before they became politicians, ni watu wangwana sana, you know, professors, you know, people who would stand to speak and you would listen. Halafu sahi unamwona tu akuza, mimi ni fire, si fire. Unashindwa, professor manze, kuliendaje, you know. So I think it's really sad. I think they're told, wacha akili hapa, utachukua siku zile unatoka. Because it really doesn't make sense when you see some of the things.
The political is unimaginable.
Unimaginable.
Yani unapata mtu vile unasema tu amekuja vi decent, amekomba kura, amepiga manifesto yake hapo, of course labda hata ameandikiwa. And then when they get in there, they're just to say the least disgusting.
Completely.
Disgusting.
Completely, yeah.
One thing also I think I feel with the Gen Z has now come up and is an education that's ongoing blatantly, although informally. It's civic education. Civic education is happening because your government lazima is civic education because the people will be enlightened, they'll make certain choices. However, after with all the muzzlement now, all the red tape wanajaribu kuweka civic education, I go to places because naendanga all over na interact na watu regardless of their social class. I'm telling you, people are talking and they're talking sense.
Yeah, they are.
Kwanza kwa
mama wa soko,
mama soko, wale mama fua, all the way up.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of civic education. I don't think next year will be the same.
No, it will not.
And then pia tumediscover imekuwa ni about piga kura and then linda hiyo kura. Announce hizo results saizi hapa nimemark. Umesema ngapi tubisa naeka X, okay sawa, fiti. Tali na ile ingine. So it has to really make sense.
This time itakuwa ngumu.
This time ni noma.
Tunaulkalao nchi mzima.
There we have it. That was the interview between Mary Kathomi, the author of the Gen Z memoir, together with Jackie and Melvin Alusa. This event was held at the United Kenya Club, and I, your Jomba, was a special guest who was invited there by Mary Kathomi to go and help her launch the book. Like I've said earlier, the book is available on Nuria Store. You can go to the link in the description box and please order this book. Keep these memories alive and support Mary Kathomi in her journey as an author. This is your Jomba Mwabili Mogodi. I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you very much for your support as usual. Continue the conversation in the comments. Share these videos with your friends and family around the world. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button so that you can get access to real Kenyan stories. Asanteni sana.